Hi there, this is Matt at State of Flux here with a review for Magic Mike's Last Dance, but before I talk to you about that, I want to talk to you about something one of my friends is starting. She has developed a publishing company called Wandering Witch Publishing. If you're interested in poetry, short stories, or novels, both reading and or writing them, and maybe even getting them published one day, check out Wandering Witch Publishing. In the description box below, you'll find a link to both their website as well as their GoFundMe page to get this upstart company up and started. Wandering Witch is a space for growth where imaginative thinkers come together to challenge perspectives by engaging with counterculture through magical realism and real magicalism. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, please check out those links in the description box below. But moving on to the film at hand, I watched the third Magic Mike film on a whim because it had a really solid trailer. I've never seen any Magic Mike movies, so this was kind of a unique experience for me, and one that left me a bit perplexed. This is a movie made by Steven Soderbergh, very good director, Oscar-winning director if memory serves. He won for Traffic, right? And come to find out he directed the first movie as well, go figure. And I've heard the first Magic Mike is good, and I've heard the second one is fun. This one, I didn't hear too many good things. And I watch it, and I kind of understand why. But it held my attention. First of all, I think the dancing scenes are fantastic. If you're interested in erotic dancing, you're going to have a blast. It was quite well photographed. It was interesting, like filmically. So I give it the rec on that. But the story is what got me. Because in the story you're following Salma Hayek's character, which is why I watched it. I'm a big Salma Hayek fan. I'll watch her in just about anything. Salma Hayek's character comes into like this playhouse, and she's like, oh, this play is so boring, we're going to change everything. People are going to come expecting one thing, and we're going to give them the first scene as the thing that they're expecting it to be, and then we're going to pull the rug out from under them and give them something souped up and dangerous and erotic, and it's going to be great, and people will have their minds blown. And that on one level is interesting and compelling. But I found that this film kind of does the exact same thing. I feel like people go to a Magic Mike film to see the erotic dancing, and shy of the opening scene and the entire concluding 20 minutes, there's really not a whole lot of the erotic dance in it. Like, you get little moments sprinkled here and there, but it's mostly about how Mike, Channing Tatum, and Salma Hayek are having a weird budding romance, but also trying to put together this package of play and eroticism. And I'm like, it's weird how this is mirroring. I feel like this was intentional because Steven Soderbergh is a smart guy, and he thought it was doing something quite genius, but I don't know if that was, A, something that paid off. This movie didn't really get the box office expectations that I think people were expecting it to hit. However, originally it wasn't even supposed to go to theaters at all. This was made for HBO Max, which is now rebranded as Max, and I refuse to ever call it that, so that was the one time you hear it. So, I mean, like, any profit's profit, right? But, yeah, I feel like the audience coming to this felt like they had the rug pulled out from under them as well, and I think critics also didn't necessarily respond to it because they're sitting there and, like, even though the idea and conceptually that's interesting and smart, the dialogue is so atrocious that it doesn't like land well, which is shocking because it's coming from two talented actors. Channing Tatum is a very good actor, but Salma Hayek's an Oscar-nominated actress. She's a fantastic actress. So it's weird that they're not able to sell any of this dialogue, and I feel like the director acknowledged this at one point, because at one point one of the characters is just, he's the chauffeur kind of character, is listening to Channing Tatum and Salma Hayek have this conversation, and as I was listening to how bad the dialogue is in that scene, it hits at like the 40-ish minute mark. It's so bad. They cut to the chauffeur who's just kind of listening, and then he shakes his head and rolls his eyes and kind of laughs. And I feel like that was the audience posit character, because the director recognized how like corny all of this was coming off, and gave a moment of brevity to release that. And yeah, so this is just one of those perplexing movies, but it did get me interested in maybe pursuing Magic Mike 1 or 2. Are either of them any good? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Are they worth watching? The first one I hear is an actual good movie, and the second one I hear is not. But it's really fun. This one didn't have the fun, and it's also not very good, but it gets a soft recommendation because I never saw anything that came before, and it did tickle my brain a little bit. So it's 2.5 stars. It's okay. Like, I'll never watch it again, but it did get me interested in seeing the others, so it worked on some level, right? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check out Wandering Witch Publishing in the comments down below if you're interested. Thanks for watching. Peace.